Well, hello there. Are you tired of losing in Street Fighter 4? Well, then this, my friend, is a video for you. I'm going to teach you to stop playing at the level of a 12-year-old autistic child and more of the level of a 35-year-old basement dweller in this simple video. Everybody knows that Ken is the main protagonist of the Street Fighter series, and there's a ton of extra characters in the game that no one really gives a shit about, but I'm going to go over them anyway. Unless you actually plan on not winning a game, you should just pick Ken anyway, regardless. So, you know, that's for step one, of course. Next off, we have the typical underage female from any type of video game or anime. In this case, it would be Sakura. Then we have Balrog, because there's usually a token black guy in every Capcom game. And then there's Blanco, who's like the typical berserker wildebeest looking freak of nature, whatever the hell you want to call him. Then we have like the most bizarre piece of shit ever. This fat ass sumo wrestler that flies around and slaps you. It doesn't make any sense. It's like if you had a dog that laid eggs and did backflips. Like, well, I don't know why you'd want that. A beaner, some Hindu guy who's a ripoff of Mr. Fantastic. And you have Guile, which is supposed to be in the Air Force, but I think it's a bunch of bullshit because no military division would allow that faggot ass haircut. And you got some Italian bitch that does magic or some shit. And typical American stereotype. There's Fei Long, who's blatant ripoff of Bruce Lee, because everyone knows that Capcom is just teaming with originality. There's this French guy who's like got amnesia because he thinks he's like Jason Bourne or some shit, but he's really queer. Then there's a big, giant, scary foreigner. And in the usual Capcom tradition, there's an overly cheap boss that instead of just making a challenging, fun-to-play boss, I just make him as cheap as shit. There's Thunder Thigh Chun-Li, who I guess is supposed to, I don't know, make girls feel better about themselves or some shit like that, because she has big thighs. But then next to that, they had this fucking anorexic bitch eating tea and crumpets all day, so I don't know what the hell the point of that was. Then on top of that, there's Crimson Viper, who's pretty much perfectly proportioned. So I guess they're just trying to, I don't know, appeal to every possible fan service they can. There's a huge broken piece of shit who you can only beat with Ken because he's overpowered, huge fag. Then there's a narcissistic Spaniard, which is pretty much the poster child for everyone from Spain. There's M. Bison, who's like generic evil bad guy. And then there's Goken, who was Ken's master, but he's still a fag even though he was Ken's master anyway. Then everyone else is basically just a Ken palette swap, and if per chance you didn't want to play with Ken, I would just pick Dan, because he's the best out of all the palette swaps by far. I don't know why the fuck your dumb ass wouldn't want to play as Ken anyway, that's just stupid. Now that you have the unnecessary breakdown of all the characters, I'm going to show you some techniques that'll help you put the you can in show you can. Now the only rule that you have to remember when playing this game is you can show Ryuken. In order to pull off a textbook Shoryuken, you have to constantly be teabagging. There's no wasted motion in your technique when you are constantly teabagging, and you'll always be able to pull off the perfect Shoryuken whenever you want. No matter what you're using to play the game, whether it be a controller, TV remote, keyboard, mouse, eggplant, whatever the fuck you're using, just keep mashing as much as possible so you can keep teabagging. With enough practice, you'll be able to do complicated techniques such as teabagging to all. Have your enemies screaming, "Oh my god, what the fuck, I'm on fire." Now if you take what you learned today in my video here, you'll be able to take on any enemy with ease in Street Fighter 4.